Alright, it's the Big Gilly, because ain't shit over here for play.
Big Gilly, bitch. Big Gilly, bitch.
Clapping on the ground, but can you make that pussy walk? No, we got the cash, cause yeah, we know that money talk. Drop that ass and bounce it, then bring it back up to the top. Got some friends with you, hit y'all both your walk.
What the first,
Got the
an alcoholic
best. This
percentage.
shit right here, cream of the crop.
Welcome back to the Unpleasant Thoughts Podcast. It's your boy Slider Got No Lie.
And of course, Midnight.
And we got a special guest with us. A very beautiful young lady, a talented young lady, somebody who's been grinding and put in the area. It's always good to have one of our hometowns here.
Absolutely,
Go ahead and introduce yourself and tell them where you find you on.
Alright, it's the Big Gilly, because ain't shit over here for play. Y'all can make sure y'all follow me at Big Gilly 202. It's BIGGILLY 202.
Alrighty.
Right.
I'm gonna go ahead and start off. Where did you grow up, born and raised? I know I say started, you grew up in the area, but where though?
Yeah, I grew up in DC. I grew up in Southeast, Chopper City's finest, 15th and W Street. So, I grew up in there. But I lived all over DC, and then I moved to Silver Spring for a little bit. But I'm from Chopper City.
She said I'm a city girl, don't get it twisted.
City
Right,
girl,
right.
100%.
Alright, so when you do music, right?
I
So
do music.
growing up in the area, did that inspire you doing music, or just being around the musical
What was the
area?
inspiration to start?
It was kind of just I used to hang around a bunch of dudes, because I used to be a tomboy, so I used to be around the dudes, and they used to do ciphers and stuff around the way, and I got into a cipher just being funny, we was smoking, and I just got into
Oh yeah, that's always
I just got into it. I was like, I bet I could do this, and then I used to get in trouble in school because I used to rewrite other people's songs and just put a remix to it. And
they would slap me for plagiarism in school?
Nah, Mom, no. I was talking about shit I wasn't even supposed to be talking about.
Oh yeah, too much.
And then I knew nothing about what I was talking about, but I knew that it sounded.
That rhyme with that.
Yeah, I was like, oh, it sounds good, and I got in trouble real bad by my mother, and she was like, when you get older, you can talk about shit like that, but not now. She was like, use that talent and talk about more kid-friendly shit.
Yeah, that's dope.
Right, and you was like, I don't want to hear that.
I was like, I ain't gonna want to hear that.
I mean-
I did a Christian rap song and everything. It was crazy. Somebody actually paid me my first verse. I got paid $600, $700, and I was 17, maybe 18, somewhere around there, 17, and just for one little verse, and they kept sending me royalty checks. They did actually really, really good where he was from.
That's good.
So I just was like, oh, this might be a thing. I started writing for other people.
So when you started rap?
I started liking rap more in 10, 11.
Okay.
And then I did Lil' Kim Crush on You at our family reunion for the talent show. And they hurried up. It was like, no, don't do that ever again.
I was rapping that song too.
I'm 10, yo, shorty was it was a vibe though. But they was yeah, nah, not that.
Steady getting the family riled up.
Yeah, got them hyped up.
Oh, let her go. Let her finish. Yeah, but that's dope though. So I see you always had the talent, and you said your mom, she didn't stop you from the talent. She just tried to push you in the direction of put that talent to something your age range. And,
yeah. My mom always been my mom. She really the goat because she gonna support anything that I do. She gonna be supportive. She gonna rap my songs. She gonna do all of that. She gonna send it to her friends so they can hear it. She really, really supportive. And my father, he not here anymore. I lost my father last year. So that's when I kind of, thank you. That's when I kind of put everything really into the focus because realistically, I only been doing my own music for a year and a half.
Your own music?
Yeah. I used to write for other people. I done had radio shows. I done been on radio shows. I done hosted. I done did all of that type of stuff. So now it was really serious until I lost my father. That's when it was really
right time.
Yeah.
That's, so kind of just relating that to my personal life a little bit. I had someone I was dating lose their father. And she's also a creative type, not in terms of music, but artistry things. And she was having a really hard time, couple with getting over it. And I told her, You know, I come from a family of science, and one of the main laws of science is energy can only be converted. It can't be created or destroyed.
Right.
And I said that same hurt that you have from losing your father, I understand it's not going to go away.
At all.
It's never going to go away, but you can always use it to power something else. You can always use the energy to put it in something else. And that's the same thing that you just did. So
yeah, I had to hit the ground running. Like, I buried my father. I had a stroke 3 days after I buried my father last year.
Wow.
Like, lost total feeling in my left side. By my birthday's March 9th. By March 6th, I was moving, like, for my birthday, everything, moving around. And then I did my first show August the 1st. And that was like my first show. And I hosted for Dream Doll 3-0 Black birthday party at Bliss nightclub. That was my first, like, show back type of thing. And that was my first event I hosted.
That's crazy.
That's fucking dope. That's fucking crazy.
It shows resilience, and it shows like how ambitious you were to get back to your craft.
Yeah, I was serious. I was on a walker, like I couldn't even walk. I had physical therapy, occupational therapy, like 3-4 times a week.
But I feel like that shows also how you came up and your upbringing. Like you never gave up and everything. Like you said, you was behind, like kind of tucked behind the scenes, within the scenes, but then you got your front foot. Was like, so how did that experience help?
It helped.
Because I kind of know a little niche here. I got a little niche here.
I was like, I could have been did my own stuff, and then it was like, I just want to help other people, because like being realistic, some people was just trash, and I was like, you got the look, like you got this potential, let me write it for you, like type of thing. Like, I'm gonna help you deliver the package the way it's supposed to be delivered, and it was working, and I was getting paid sometimes $300, $400, $500. I think the most I got paid was like 2 bands
for writing
somebody's song.
I can't write my own shit, man.
Yeah, I got paid 2 bands. That's the most I ever got paid. And he went on to do, bigger and better things. And he blew up. So, I mean, it was worth it.
Where do you see you taking your music? Do you still want to write for others?
I still want to write for other people because I love it. Like, I love, like, certain things I'd be like, nah, that's not a song for me. But it's still, I want somebody to do it. Like, it's just not my speed or my style. One, I'm not a singer. That's not for me. But I always hear like melodic songs, and
you got the melodies, and
I'm like, oh, this is gonna be good. As soon as I find somebody who could sing.
So you like the music aspect of everything as well?
I do. Okay. I went to Duke Ellington for a little bit too.
That's play rock school, right?
Mm-hmm. And then I did band in school. Like, I did a whole bunch. I always was into like music, and then I did like dance and stuff too.
Any church or choir experience in prior? I know everybody has some type of church or choir, or mother or family member who has music background. My grandmother was really big on music in general. Like, she was really big on music, from Temptations to Stylistics, Delphonics. A lot of melodies. Like
a whole lot of Motown. Like, my grandmother was really the one who, you get what I'm saying, really instilled a lot of the older school, like, music and sound. And when you heard that, you knew it was time to get up, start cleaning up. Like, don't be sleeping in her house on a Saturday morning, get up. Like, so it just became like, all right, cool. And my mom loved music too, so it was a mix.
So do you kind of draw inspiration from those sounds? Like, I know because you say you don't really sing, but of course.
I don't sing, but when I'm writing for other people, I listen to notes, like, and I do a lot of that. But I do draw a lot of inspiration, like, from a lot of older, like, songs, because, like, or even 90s. We can even go like 90s R&B, like, how I wanted things to flow, because songs that they flowed, they had a verse, they had hooks, they had bridges, like, it was like a lot. And now you can't even, most of the time, you can't get people to listen to a song that's over 3 minutes.
Yeah, not for me.
Yeah, because everybody got short attention span. So if you gotta really talk that shit the first verse to make people want to listen.
Right. So I think the first time I heard you, performing, and that was the reason I asked the last question, because I heard you performing, and like the cadence of how you would rap the song was similar to an older song I'd heard. Like, I listen to older songs too, and it was similar to the cadence, like the way you delivered in the verse was similar to the cadence of the song. I was like, that's actually kind of a dope thing. I don't know if you noticed you do it or not, but
Sometimes I do. It's like it depends on certain songs too, because I noticed while I was on my way over here, I was looking at old clips of like songs that I've done, like, and I have videos of me performing a certain song more than one time. It never sounds the same.
the exact same.
Like I can't perform it the same. Like sometimes I think the first time was like maybe my first time ever performing. So to watch that performance to now, I was like, oh yeah, you kind of got it now. Like back then, it was like the timid like type of thing. Even my sound sounds different. It sounds more confident.
You might have got a better night rest, or might have ate something better that day.
I like to have a better day.
Like that's happening. Like you wake up every day, it might be sunrise, moonset.
Yeah.
It's the same day, but not the same you. I know how that go.
Yeah. So it's all of it sound different.
Yeah. So like any like you said, besides any inspiration, like anything, anybody got you really getting into music, like any particular artist from the '90s.
Oh, absolutely.
Like you gotta do this because that person's really killing this shit right now.
Like I like Salt and Pepper.
I would say that too. I like them too.
I like Salt and Pepper. I mean, everybody loves Lil Kim. Like, absolutely. I like all of them for different reasons. I like Salt and Pepper because they pushed like the limits. I like Lil Kim because she was able to be like real sexual and be like comfortable in her sexuality in a time where it was like male dominated. We still male dominated, but it was like really. She was
then you
one.
gotta say, cover it up, goddammit, cover it up.
Like Foxy Brown had like that gritty edge, like she talked that hood.
I'm on block all day,
and I love that. She was hood, and I love that.
You see those artists that when you realize so many artists now, like they kind of you yourself are a culmination of different styles because you have that that grittiness, then you deliver it like her. You also can bring the sexuality to it, so. People like you, like Meg, like people like how people talk about how Meg Stallion's versus like kind of like aggressive, but I'm like that's what the fuck she was doing way back when.
Yeah, it was the thing back then. Like I always liked the brat. You get what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
Like I always liked it because she had that What You Like video. Everybody seen her at first as just like hardcore like. Bull wave, loose clothes, and then she came out with that What You Like video, and she showed like, oh no, I'm a real woman, like I'm this, and it was like, dang, the switch up is crazy. Look, Lisa left out a little bit, like it's a bunch of people that I could credit, like you get what I'm saying, but like it's so many. I mean, of course Nikki because she came and did a little switch, gave a new look, and then she crossed over fast, like.
Well, that's the time frame it is these days. You gotta stay relevant.
Yeah, like she knew how to cross over. She had good management behind her, so it was a good look for her.
All right, so sticking on that topic, like, what would you classify yourself as a rapper, as a female rapper?
I never say I'm a female.
I know. I said rapper first. So I ain't trying to show off easy.
I never say I'm a rapper because I am a rapper, but I just say I'm an artist
because you got
in
artists.
general because I do different stuff like. I'm gonna give you a dance. I can do all of that. Like, I feel like I'm just an artist.
No, it's because you got the background, so you know the back thing. So you kind of like, I know can to pull it off. If I gotta pull it off, when I need to pull it off, I know how to pull it off.
Yeah.
And then you got the artist. You like, this is something I already do. So if I put my bars in my pen to write it how I write it, should be.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Yeah.
Like, and I can write really quick. Like it doesn't really take me long.
Yeah, you say your first. What was your first original? You said 11. You first put that song down.
Mm-hmm. And I think I wrote it in like a day then. But like I recently was in the studio with someone, and me and him did a song. And I wrote my verse in like 10 minutes. Never heard the beat before. We heard it both at the same time at the studio.
Got that music.
And 10 minutes and.
I said, I noticed you don't say a lot of names. Is that a reason why you don't say names? Or because you work with a lot of people, you don't want to, give anything away, or you don't want to
name drop too much?
It's a mix. Some of them I can't really say names because of the nature of like business side of it. But no, I could talk about him. This big homie Slime. He's an upcoming artist and stuff.
Yeah, that's what you like to hear, the upcoming,
Yeah, he's an upcoming artist and he's super dope. He got a different sound and stuff. So we did that. I talk about certain artists, but I don't plug too much.
Oh, I know. I know the nature of the business too.
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, that. With that being said, like, what was your first tour?
Because my first show was last year, so I went on a little mini tour that I put together myself. I did Atlanta, I did Houston, I had a show in Vegas, I had Mexico.
Yeah, all the lit cities just now.
Huh?
You said you just have all the lit cities. You said Atlanta, Houston,
Right.
Vegas. Drake said it in the song together, didn't he?
Like I was there. I did Atlanta in June. That was like a show, but it was a mix. But don't really consider it my first show, but it was a show. And then we did Houston. Right next month we did Mexico.
How was
Did Vegas.
that?
I did Jamaica too.
How was Mexico though?
Mexico was lit because like at our resort, like it was super smooth. It was a kind of impromptu thing, and the DJ from our resort heard my music because I was like doing like just little videos to have like content type of thing. Me and my friends, we listening to my music, doing content on the beach, and the man said, "Y'all gotta come to this club," and we came to the club, and he was like, "Nah, I need you to perform it." And I was like, I don't know no Spanish. Like,
What the hell?
like I was like, I don't know no Spanish. He was like, nah, I got you. He was like, I got you. And the girls, like by the end of it, she was talking, like saying my song lyrics and was saying it in Spanish for me. Like it was like a vibe. It was lit though.
That's amazing to go somewhere and be like, oh man, this shit is way different than
They
I expected.
are a lot more supportive. Like that's why I want to go to Brazil too, because Brazil love hip hop music. They don't care what you're saying, but they love hip hop in general, and they're really, really supportive. So like, they really supportive of the culture. Like not really like here, but they supportive.
So what was that feeling the first time you actually had to perform on stage?
I was so nervous. I was so nervous because I performed at a strip club, and I used to work at a strip club. Like
That's how y'all start out.
yeah, I used to like work at a strip club, so it wasn't the same though because I used to dance years ago. But it was like not even years ago, but I used to dance, and it's different being on stage like dancing versus like I was more nervous to perform than I was to dance.
I'm at work and just be,
I
hey,
understand.
this is
Like
work.
it was different. Like, and you half naked on stage. I didn't care about none of that. I was like, okay, this is lit.
You know what it is? It's 'cause
But
everybody want to see titties. Everybody like titties. Me like, is everybody gonna like the sound?
yeah, and then I was like, it was crazy because the strippers the strippers were throwing money on me when I was performing. And
The ones you work with, right?
no, didn't know them. Didn't know these
Oh, so
strippers.
you just told this.
Like I was just performing and rapping.
New
Didn't know
generation.
these dancers. The strippers were throwing money on me.
That's supportive.
Like, and I was like, damn. And the girl said, no, this is the one. Like, that's when I knew I was like, okay, this song
She said,
fire.
if you play that for me, I'm gonna go ahead and make 100 bands right now. I'm like,
Like, she got on it, like, she was like, you gotta run it back for me. Like, they had me run the whole joint back or whatever. And niggas was throwing all types of money these bitches are doing. Like, it was crazy.
I can't let her throw me shit. I just gave her that money. Fuck.
Like, they was literally, it was posed. These bitches is doing all types of Mercedes experience type of tricks on these motherfucking poles while I'm performing. And I was like, oh, we got something. Like, this it right here.
This one's a hit. If we make it out of here, we'll make it anywhere.
You need to get in contact with them and get you a video.
But, so, if y'all have seen my first video, I got strippers in my first video.
That's how I watched it.
And then I got another video, too, with Peanut the Villain. That's my brother.
Okay.
Shout out to him because him, Lala Management, I use her dances for like all my videos or whatever. We got another video, and it's strippers everywhere in the video. So that's definitely always like my vibe. I like strippers in my video.
I think everybody like entertainment and dancing. Like, yeah, we had a pole dance on, so I try to tend to say I know the difference between pole dancing and stripping. She just dance, she dancing. She's stripping, she's stripping. Like, as good as all entertainment, you should not touch. I always learned that. Period.
Well, some clubs they don't care.
Some clubs,
I know, but
they want you to
Look,
touch
you
that.
They
got-
don't care.
Don't go in there with the tension. Just like, I'm gonna touch everything. You know,
Yeah.
boy, put your hand down.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, it's super crazy now. Like being in the strip clubs, I go to strip clubs even still to this day. So I support the dances. I like the dances or whatever. Like, I know what it's like. I know coming from it. Now, there's certain clubs I won't go to. I ain't gonna say no names about them, but there's certain ones I'm like, hell no, baby, you won't catch me up in there. But something like,
I feel like I kind of know which one you was about.
look, I'm like, hell no, baby, you won't catch me in there.
I know somebody good too. About 10 minutes later, you.
Yeah, I'm like, baby, you can't catch me in there, baby. Like for nothing.
So the female artist, I'm not like a female artist, right? So not a rapper, just a female artist. I know it's like hard for females. That's why I try to like a lot of females that's playing, and to say like what is the hardest part. Cause I know you can have all this talent, you can be all this gifted, but the moment somebody get a chance to take advantage, they probably will. Like sober scenarios, have you been in? Like, know what? I won't let that happen to me again, or I prepare myself so it won't happen to me.
I turn down features from certain type of dudes all the time. I get a lot of dudes who want me on songs. And I do songs with a lot of dudes, but I do songs with people I really know. More so, like, I've been like, okay, I know you.
Mm.
Or I've been around you at enough of these showcases that I know your work ethic. Dudes is, fuck Pooh Shiesty, they just beyond shiesty.
They don't give a fuck.
Like, niggas, like, I get producers, I get videographers, photographers, I get a bunch of different people, and they gonna shoot this shot every which way. Like, so, and that's cool, fine and dandy, but nah, we not fucking to get, like,
you can't do business.
No,
like,
mixed business pleasure.
Yeah, nah, I'm not on that. So, like, it's dudes who be like, oh, you can do this verse or something. So you want me to give you a verse and you want me to fuck? Like, man, you sound crazy.
You want to give you my two best talents.
Like
my two best talents. You want
like
my two best?
You want, like, and they hear shit that you talk about. Like when they hear sexual shit, they just always think.
They instantly think, oh, you talking about your real life. I want to see that.
Yeah, this is my real life, but it's not for you. Like, it's not for, like, this is definitely the real life shit. I'm talking about everything that I'm, but no, it don't be good.
Right, fine. Well, I say not everybody gets it.
Nah, for real, because you want me to give you a verse and give you some cat, like, that's crazy. That's crazy.
But do you have any, like, because I know there's a lot of good men out there too. You have any, like, good men tickling your wings, like, I'm going to show you the ropes, you know what I'm saying? So you've been doing it for a while, you know?
Yeah. So, music-wise, Eddie Kane.
That name sounds familiar. It's one of the 5 Heartbeats.
No, it is. He is in the 5 Heartbeats, but not this Eddie Kane. He used to work with Bishop Swan. He had Listen Vision. Okay. He had the Eddie Kane show. They did a lot for upcoming talent.
Because I also know Eddie Kane is new music.
Yeah. Long live Bishop Swan. You get what I'm saying? Because he passed away, but he did a lot for DC artists.
That's a
but he was the first person, like, who really was like, you got talent, you should do it. And this was maybe like 10, 15 years ago. Like, I was young.
It was the same guy who kind of put you into the singing your first check for the Christian song you did? Or?
No. Like, that was something totally different.
It's still a blessing though. Still connected in the same realm. Wow.
It was a couple months after, like, he really, like, he became like a big brother to me. We still talk to this day. He got Ali Television on Roku TV. Like, he got a bunch of different stuff he does. And that's who really started it. And then when I decided to come back out and do music, my homeboy Gifted put me on a song. He was like, you want to really do it? And I was like, yeah. And he do music, Gifted 202, shout out to him. But he was like, you for real? And I was like, yeah. And next thing you know, we made a song and it was fire. That song was super, like, sexual. Like, it was a super sexual song, but everybody loved, like, the song.
You gotta get the attention. You gotta get somebody some attention somewhere. You gotta, what you say again? Repeat that.
And it started off like, it started off.
She said what first?
It started off raunchy, but he was one of the first people, like, who really made shit happen or whatever. So
I'll be glad to hear shit like that because I like a lot of artists, and like I say all the time, it don't matter male, female. It be like a lot of people, and this city is not that big.
I know.
So it's like, why are you scared to connect? And if we on business, I shouldn't. This whole op shit is a big thing now. When you're adult, it's like, bro, what you out for? You gonna get the grain with me? I'm not. But like I said, people shiesty, so you really can't trust people. You really can't. So it's kind of hard.
I want to speak about so much more, but I'm gonna be a professional about it and not really going because I did a business. I was in business with somebody and he was like really really shifty, and things happen, but he was shifty to the point he was messing up other business ventures for me. So that's when it became an issue because I don't play with nobody. Stopping my bag. I got 2 kids. I ain't playing that.
It's like I'm gonna just associate, but they gonna associate everything that you doing and associate with me. So it's like,
I got.
You look cool. No, we ain't cool. It's just was associated.
We gotta keep it pushing, like keep it moving or whatever. That's why I had to change up certain people I was around. They say all the time you gotta pray to remove negativity from you. Soon as I start praying to remove people who ain't mean me no good, I start losing friends. And when that happened, it was time for me to, progress and elevate and move up. I be with the same females, my sisters. Everybody really, know that's my crew. If you don't see me with them, I really don't really be trying to be.
If I ain't gonna see me with them, I ain't popping out. So yeah.
Nah.
So what was one of your best experiences? Well, I guess what song gave you the best experience in the booth? Like you and whoever else is in the booth, like y'all playing off each other's energy, like everything's just going great.
Like one of my best features.
Like just the energy going on.
Oh, okay. So,
I got a few.
Because you know
I got a few, but it's really like okay. So, my kid's father, he do music too, or whatever. So I think that was probably like some of the first best energy or whatever, and then.
Makes sense. Chemistry already kind of did.
The vibe was already there.
But it was different. It was different though, because our music creativity and stuff was different.
Okay.
Than our personal life.
Gotcha.
Like it was different. Gifted. We always make super dope music. Whenever I'm in the studio with Boone, the engineer, he know how to perfect my sound.
Yeah, it's that trifecta. You got a team.
Yeah, it's really a team. Like me and Peanut Energy always good, even when we go into this. So shout out to them. And then I did some stuff at Clubhouse Studio. Shout out to Jimmy and all of them. They Jimmy Fats. They did one of my songs that I did with me and Gilly, and it was my walk song. And that was a vibe. Everybody love that song. Even when I don't want to perform it, everybody want me to perform.
So what's your favorite song to perform?
My favorite song to perform is between Throw That, and that's a strip club song, and probably Body Rock. I feel like those probably my 2.
Is it because the way you can put your energy out, or the way you wrote it, or is it give you a time frame? Like, what, I was in this space and that shit for boom.
I think Throw That, me and my kid's father's gonna Throw That, and I like the song. We was in a good place, in that song. And plus it's hype. Everybody get hyped when they hear it. And then Body Rock was more so I was really talking some shit, and then I just like it.
You hear me? Let me repeat that shit back. DJ, run that shit back one time.
I just really like it. I just was talking about sliding and all that type of stuff, but it was real shit. And I just like the energy. I actually just performed a drink recently. Do
you feel like you always get that same, not the same exact, but the same energy back from the crowd? Damn, they still love this joint. They still love me.
Everybody loves that song, and I think even if you hear it more than one time, you gonna hear something new every time you hear it. You gonna hear something way different every time you hear it.
I feel that's always a good thing for a song, because if I don't want to replay it, I feel like I was always taught, if they don't catch my grasp with this span 15 seconds, I'm changing. If the beat don't catch me, dun 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 dun, or some shit, even before you come on, and you can be some shit, you might get a string because of the beat, but I might cut your ass off.
Yeah, and luckily, I work with the same producer for a lot of my stuff. I'll give other producers a chance. But Frankenstein with the Prank Factory.
I see you posting him today.
Yeah. I just posted him today. Let me tell you something. His sound so different. Matter of fact, him and Drew Keys did my walk beat or whatever, and everybody loved that drink. But Frank, he know what's for me, so he know what to send me. He send me 100 beats a day. If he can't, and he'll be like, "You like this beat? You like this?" Like, he really solid. He like my brother. Me and him fuss, fight, argue like.
He's like, yeah, 'cause he like, I want the best. So he like, I know you got this shit. You do it right.
Frank will send me shit. I will be like, Frank.
Like this one, I told you 21 for the day. I'm done.
Like Frank can send me shit. I'll be like, Frank, not this song. He be like, no, you can do this. Nah. No.
Try again tomorrow. We've seen it tomorrow.
Like no. And this one song he still want me to do, and I'll be like, Frank, I'm not doing that song. Like that's not it for me.
So when you do your like when you go out and perform, do you kind of change? Like I guess I mean, of course you have rehearsals and everything you do, but do you like depending on your energy that day, do you kind of like change like the order of your songs you do just depending on how much energy it is? Because I know sometimes you just don't have that much energy that day. Like it's not the best energy.
This is the thing. I've never in my life done a rehearsal before a show.
Oh, okay.
So, and maybe when I do like a full like concert or something, I would probably have to do more of that. When I add more like choreography and stuff into it, but like every show, it's just that moment, like where that energy is right there. Like, I performed in a boot this year. I broke my ankle. I performed in a boot. I had one tennis shoe on, one boot, and still like did the whole show.
So what song gives you the most energy when you perform it? Like, fuck with the crowd for that. What when you
I'm in this shit right now with this song.
Like, it's all about me right now.
I think it'll still be Bobby Brown.
Okay.
I love that song. Like I was really in my bag with that song. Like that's probably one of my favorite. And the joint I got with Peanut, R&D versus WAP or whatever. Like that's probably like another one. And I just know because I be feeling it, and then everybody energy when they hear it, it's always like ooh, like. So I've been like, yeah, it's that pressure. So that's probably it right there. Them two.
So what, like you say, what have you feel like your biggest? You've been on tour, so your biggest scene, like your biggest tour, your biggest stage you've been
on. Houston, Swim Thick.
Hey, my man go there all the time.
Hey, I've been there the past 2 years.
He was this last year.
I was there this year.
That's right, this year, right? Yeah. This year.
Yeah, Swim Thick, Houston. Yeah, that's probably. Oh, I did Miami Pride. That means no. Yeah, Miami Pride.
Miami always lit.
Is Sweet Heat Miami.
Okay.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest. Like, that was the littest experience for me. Like,
what made it lit? Like, now besides, I know all this is always like what. The whole experience, like I ain't know being a traveler, like
it was
from touching down to like
it was everything. Like it was really a vibe. Like DJ Dimples, DJ Young Red, like Hollywood legend. Like it's a bunch of different people. I can like.
They all made that experience.
They made it
true.
Because I had to audition to get on it. Like I wasn't just like.
We're not just like we're not looking for you. You competing technically.
I competed on Instagram Live.
Oh wow!
You get what I'm saying? Like, and on my first time there, like on Instagram, mind you, this was before even my show, so I had like never had like a show at this point when I had auditioned, because you audition like a year in advance, type of thing. And
you grind.
Yeah, like so I had never like performed. So I was sitting there, I was like, whoo. I sat there for probably like 45 minutes before I requested to be in the live. Like I just listened to everybody else.
You say,
and I was like, all right, maybe.
Last one.
And I was like, all right, maybe not. Nah. Then I was like, nah, fuck that. Like I just requested. I did like 2 songs or whatever, and they was like, we want something to shake our ass. So I was like, I got you. And I had the whole room set up. I had LED lights, had my ring light. Like I made it like a production.
Yeah, you turned it into an entertainment, like your artist.
And I did the whole show. And I was like, nah, this what you gonna get.
Well, she can do it right here. Dance, we do a stage. We got everything. We got pyrotechnicians, everybody.
And they was like, how long you been doing music? And I was like, for like 3-4 months at that time. And she was like, no, we want you. Mm-hmm. Like everybody else was like, oh, we'll tell you, we'll hit you back. And they was like, nah, we want you. And that was it. I was down there and it was a vibe. It was so much fun. There was so many beautiful like people down there. Like it was just really a real vibe.
That's what's up, though. So, what do you see yourself next 5 years with your art? in your music and any other thing you have going on right now at the time?
So of course I still want to do music. Like that's always gonna be a thing. I want to get my music on more movies, so like movies, TV shows, and I want to act and do that type of like thing. I want to do plays and scripts, and I want to write. Like I want to get into a little bit of everything, and I'm trying to get them endorsement bags. Like it's like everybody think about the music. Nah, I want the endorsements. I want the shoes.
You send me this for free shit.
Look, I want the shoes. I want like that whole thing. Like I want to have like a clothing line because it's not a lot of one. It's hard being a female artist.
Mm-hmm.
Two, it's hard being a female artist. Look at how they doing Lizzo. Look how they do. You get what I'm saying? Like it's different when you're like a plus size artist. I
feel like they always try to say, hey, we give you one at a time. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's no room for a whole bunch. Like you can only come out with.
Take one female, take the other one female, to the other one female. I'm like, God damn.
And I think it'd be trash. Like them BBL bodies, you can have 100 of those, but you can only have one plus size artist at a time.
Right.
You can have 100 to bust. You gotta bust that down.
But I say that shit sucks because it seems like why you making these people work. If she can't rap, I don't care how much she go. And I can't watch a video while I'm driving. Shit, you some shit. Go on my radio. Like
yeah, it's a bunch of them right now that's out. That's trash. But
some of your months. It's catchy. It's catchy.
Yeah.
It's a catchy song. I'm just saying.
And that's the thing.
As a guy, I say okay. But I won't play you as a person who love hip hop or
I
artistry.
think what's her name? Like Ice Spice.
Yeah, what's even Ice Spice name?
Yeah. But you know what? She has potential.
Yeah, she does.
And you know what? I believe that because she didn't believe that song was going to do what it did.
It came too fast for her.
It came too fast, and she just needs a little bit more like artist development. Like I still need even now.
She needs a different team.
I think it happened so fast.
It happened fast, yeah.
So I think maybe her seeing some of her performances were like lackluster.
Mm-hmm.
You know, no offense, no shade, but like they wasn't her best, and she probably could get better than that. But it happened so quick. You just gotta. Sometimes you gotta give it a chance to sizzle on your spirit, like settle on your spirit.
It makes it better. I heard a guy sing that song first before I heard that song. Before a female sang, I was like, God, you know this song? I was like, how? What is this? And then about 2 weeks later, this shit's on fire.
Yeah,
it's around the world.
And it happened so fast, and like it can take you from IHOP to club hop, right in that moment.
And then he'll do it right back to IHOP.
Yeah. You just gotta know what you're doing.
That's
like know how to market it or whatever.
So for your longevity, you can say you got the fire plane, just want to get the acting going, keep doing your music. I feel like if anything, you want to become a production. You want to produce a lot of shit. Like,
yeah, I want to be a media house.
Yeah,
like I don't just want to do music. I want to be like a media powerhouse. I want to be able to have movies that come out of my own company, like and get produced. I want to do a whole lot. Like in 5 years, they may say that's soon, that's quick. But when you have grind, you got all of that stuff. Like I've had 2 strokes in 2 years. I had a stroke this year in February. I had a seizure-induced stroke. And that was February 20th of this year.
If I say, like, I know how strokes is, but to be blessed and still moving and doing what you're doing, still have your voice and still doing it. And God was like, look, I ain't take your time.
It's crazy, though, because certain words, like, certain times, my voice is slurred. So even when I'm in the studio, I hear it, like, even though nobody else makes it. And then I be like, no. We gotta go back, because it's going to slur. So certain times it'll slur, it'll be like that delay in it, and then I can go right back. So it'd be harder sometimes when I'm performing because I can't go back and be like, nah, don't do that.
The people won't even know this. People are already slurring, they drunk shit.
So I just always just stop talking at that moment, and then I let the song performance crack kind of.
Everybody do that.
And then I'll be like, all right, I'm back. I feel it to come back now. So.
I got it back. But that's a blessing though. Anything you want to tell anybody in the city, any female artists or anything like that? Because you've been grinding. So technically for me, when people say they first started, I say people, they always count that. When you first started, that's from 11 to the age you is now. So you really put that work in. The best, you know, some people say go to college, get degrees, but the best experience is experience.
And I do
yourself.
have degrees
Yeah.
too. So
Yeah,
I
but
did
the best,
that.
the
Look.
best experience is experience. So you can walk in the room and say, I got this on top of that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I finished school, but if I could walk in there with 10, almost 20 plus, they'd be like, God damn, how? You'd be like, but I can.
Yeah.
And
When I seen like recent, like when that list came out, they had the top 21 DMV hottest female artists, and so many people sent it to me, and they was like upset because they said, "Why you not on here? Why this not?" You get what I'm saying? And I was like, nah, everything God's speed, everything I lost speed. So it wasn't my time for this one. You get what I'm saying? I done did 160 shows, had billboards in Times Square, Baltimore, Atlanta, Houston, Miami. Like, I done did all of that. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Got a artist development deal with Bentley Records. Dropped my last single through Bentley Records. Like, I done all of these things, so, but maybe it just wasn't time. Yeah.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like, everything. But, you know, Pinky the Rapper's on there. That's my sister. I love Pinky the Rapper.
Okay.
She's so hard. Like, she dope. Her music fire. Like, I love her. You know, Pinky Killicorn. She always gonna make the list because she different. She fire.
Mhm.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? It was some people that might have been a little questionable. You know that I ain't know how they made it, but you know,
It is what it is.
it is what it is.
Charge it to the game.
Yeah, like definitely charges to the game. You know, I be like, damn, that make. But you know, everybody got their own perception of artistry,
Right.
and I let that be what it be or whatever. But Pinky the Rapper, Susie Q, Miss Gutter Baby, she always showed me a bunch of support. She in a movie, I think, as well, out of the area or whatever. So she do a bunch of different stuff.
Yeah, speaking of movies, I know you said you wanted to branch out in acting. Have you done any acting so far yet?
I act like I like people every day. But like, realistically, yeah, I've done a lot of act. I used to act all the time. Like, when I was at Duke, that's what I got accepted, and then Duke got accepted.
All right, thank you for coming through,
Nope.
dropping that game, dropping those jewels, and next year you're gonna be in that list. All right, so
Yeah,
We're gonna put that in the universe right
we're
now.
gonna put it in the universe, speak
Thank
into existence, because you've been grinding too hard, grinding too long.
Thank
So go ahead and tell the people where to find it again.
Alright, make sure y'all follow me on IG at Big Gilly 202. That's BIGGILLY 202. Once you go there, you click the link in my bio. I have a link to my website, my merch site, my YouTube, all of that type of stuff. So you'll get connected with me.
All right, thank you for coming out. You heard what she said, Big Gilly, she ain't playing no games. You know
No
what she said?
games.
Chopper
We'll
City
say
style.
Chopper City's
Chopper
finest.
City's finest.
Thank you, yeah, thank you for coming out. Appreciate you.
Thank you.